It's the OCG Fam Show. Chimera, it's coming. Should you use it? How do you use it? Let's get you coached up right now. Hey, come on in. Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener, welcome to the It's a Hot One. It's hot out here. Crazy hot. How's it where you are? Welcome to the OCG Fam Show. To you, my YouTube buddies, what's going on? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it after the show. Right now, let's get into the show. So, Chimera, not yet released. We've talked quite a bit about it, but more in the kind of, just talking about it because it's going to be here someday. But while it is not out yet, Scott's still working on getting that thing registered everywhere so we can get it out to the general public. It is available in sample form at quite a few grow stores out there in the country, so people are starting to get it into their hands. And so we wanted to do a little quickie about how to use it, and more importantly, if you even should use it. And so Scott and I did that in the last Viewer Questions episode. I got a video. I'd like you to watch it.
I was able to pick up some Chimera samples. Any news on how to use? Did you get that question?
No, but I did 4 videos in a row about Chimera, and people said, shut the fuck up about Chimera.
I know. Well, the downfall is there's some stores now that are starting to get Chimera samples when they buy direct.
Well, do you want to speak to that?
Doing so, what we're...
Do you want to do this now, or you want to do it in the next one? But just let's do like we did with the slurry test.
No, it would just be something that check your pH in your soil. Yeah. The best time to use Chimera is if you're going into bloom and your pH is starting to encroach on that 6.0 or lower, then you would want to add that in right then before you go into bloom, because it's going to build that pH back up immediately and then hold it there throughout the entire cycle.
Yeah.
If your pH is below 6 to begin with, 1 cup per 10 gallons. If your pH is above 6 to begin with, then I'd start with a half a cup per 10 gallons.
But
that would be the how to use,
I guess I was going to say, like, if you go to the doctor and he's like, you're low in vitamin D, you need some vitamin D, you take some vitamin D, but you don't just take vitamin D on the off chance that you may be vitamin D deficient. And this is kind of that, right? I mean, you need to figure out if you need it to some extent. That's how you use it, is by figuring out if you need to use it. Is that...
Yeah, doing slurry tests is your biggest... Yeah, just handing out Chimera samples might be a... it shouldn't be what stores do just to give you shit for free, because that's not going to be beneficial to anybody if you're, hey, Nectar just came out with this 12 pH top dress. Like, well, that's great. I have very alkaline water. My pH in my water is 9.5, and my pH in my soil is 7.3. So I should top dress with this right now? That sounds like a great idea. And then, you blocked everything.
Tech support. It burns! It burns!
Get released and my plants are yellow. Oh, yeah, you cook them.
Oh, jeez.
So I think the key there is slurry test. Find out what your starting pH is. Generally, most of these people are going to need to add it in bloom when they were complaining about their pH dropping so far mid-bloom. This is the cure. The key with Chimera is it will take a 5.7 and make it 6.6, 6.7 right now. I mean, it's got the tiny bit of dolomitic lime, and the dolomitic lime is instant pH up. I mean, it just raises the pH, it drops the magnesium load, that becomes soluble and waters away quickly, but the limestone that's added to Chimera will slowly dissolve over the rest of the cycle, so it'll keep your pH to where that high point was, but not let it go back down.
So when I'm doing everything right and I'm, a ways in and I start seeing my pH fall off, that's a good indication that I need the Chimera.
Yep.
Okay. And that...
Or why do I take slurries, and what is it going to teach me? Well, for the last 4 times, it taught me I should have been using Chimera and flower. And then once you do, and you're at the end, then you know that when I used a cup per 10 gallons, at the very end of my slurry number's coming out 6.8. Man, everything's perfect all the time. So documentation and writing everything down while testing is just going to give you more ammo down the road.
Super bubbly. What do you think of that? Informative, entertaining, helpful? Do you think you need Chimera? Are you excited about using it, or is it just something maybe? Let's talk about it in the comments, and anything else you might want to chat about, throw it in there. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I love you. I'll see you then. The OCG Fam Show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.